PDRcontractors.com, developed to connect, promote, and advance the paintless dent repair industry. Start your membership today.
Feel the difference with CBD Direct Oils.
CBD oils may have the health benefits for your aches and pains.
Thanks for sponsoring our show.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of PDR Tool Time, episode 214. Coming to you live on a Sunday morning. We're trying to get our podcasts. It's not live. I keep on saying live, damn it. We're not live. We're pre-recorded on a Sunday morning, trying to get a little bit more current with the COVID situation and some of the things that the news that's out there instead of recording a week earlier. So what's happening, Mr. Daniel Grom,
Hey,
Hudson
how
Tansey,
are you, man?
and John? How's it going, guys?
Good.
Getting all prepped. Getting ready to hit the road myself.
Yeah, John, you're going to go back to pushing. Now, you were complaining a lot about not being able to push. Now you got your wish. Are you regretting that wish or are you excited?
No, it's a mixed bag, quite honestly. I'm not prepared to go at the same level I used to be. So we're not going to be out on the road. I'm going to be working with the local company, but I am going to be 2 hours from home. And I start tomorrow morning. So right now I'm packing up, and man, you don't realize, like in today's world, I'm packing a whole shit load of disinfectant stuff because I have to rent an apartment for a month. And so I'm going to be renting in an extended stay hotel. I'm going to be kicking out room service because I'm on immune suppressant drugs. I'm at the top of the "you're gonna die" list on CNN. I'm right up there. Might as well be 80.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, what about getting your camper back? It hasn't sold yet, right?
There's no way I could fly to Florida and drive it home.
No.
I'd have to fly down to Florida, and I got to drive through 6 states that are full shutdown.
Yeah. Well, you can fly to Florida, right? Just go in a hazmat suit. Some.
So it's like,
the bubble boy.
Yeah. There's. I mean, it's a mess right now. So, but I got a local company that I'll be working with. I'm working with all the shops that I've worked with in the past. Right now, things are pretty good out there.
Right.
So.
Well, speaking of Florida, what we're going to do during this episode is we're going to call around North America and talk to people throughout North America and see what they're doing, what they're up to, and what they're doing to combat.
So we're
their
going to
loss
hit
of
the
business.
Four corners, right? Basically.
We're going to try.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're going to hit the Pacific Northwest, but we're going to try.
Yeah. Well, that's us.
So we'll hit Canadian land, Canada land, right? What is it called?
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear how things are going up there and what the projections are for the year.
Yeah,
I mean, in your area, John, it's. Have you shut down your state yet?
No, and our governor Kristi Noem said there are no plans to shut down South Dakota. North Dakota is same way. We're very rural states. South Dakota's only got 600,000 people for the whole state. That's most of your guys'
You guys
neighborhoods.
practice what we're doing all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Social distancing is because you have to drive a mile to get your mail.
600,000 in the whole state. The city of Long Beach I live in is 500,000.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, you mentioned Florida. We're going to call our little buddy in Florida.
Who are we calling?
We're going to call Derrick Kestler. He's an independent technician that's been around a long time, and we're going to get him on the phone, and I believe Hudson's going to talk to him. I've met Derrick many times at MTE, and we figured...
Well, he helped us out with the booth this year.
Derrick Kestler did?
No. Didn't he? No, who did?
No, that wasn't Kestler.
I'm thinking somebody else then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bryce Kelly showed up at the end and helped us with a little bit of, and lended some of his tools to fix the dents.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
one ringy dingy.
Two ringy dingies.
You've reached Derrick with the Dent Demon.
The
If you're
Dent
calling
Demon
about
is
damage
not
to your
there.
vehicle, please text me pictures and/or video.
Okay, so Derrick was expecting our call, but did not answer, so that's all right.
Hudson, how's things in Houston? How's things looking down in
Yeah,
Houston?
because that's a hotbed now. You're right next to New Orleans.
Man, it's just, my workload has dropped down to half probably.
Okay.
And that's okay. I'm kind of enjoying that, to be quite honest. I've needed a break. But
I know. I think I was too at first, and then the panic sets in after that.
Yeah, because he's 2 weeks behind us, Daniel. So
Yeah.
next week he's going to really be freaking out.
Yeah.
Well, look, I have a savings account for a reason. That's why, I mean, I don't ever plan for a pandemic, but I do plan for if something were to happen.
Yeah.
So we are good as far as like paying bills and things like that. Like I have no concern there.
Oh, same here.
But yeah, but I have one of my competitors and friends is working. He's worked on like 4 or 5 Hell cars the other day. I go, where are you getting these Hell cars? He's like, I don't know. They just keep calling. So I just fix them.
Yeah. You know what?
So,
I would rather work on hail cars. You're isolated. You're alone. You don't have to be around anyone.
You're not in a hurry.
Yeah. Freaking line them up.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be in a hurry.
Yeah.
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 As a hail guy, give me as many as my shop will hold. But yeah, right now it's like savor every job.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is Hudson loves to be around his family, and he's about to get a whole bunch of that.
Oh, I've had it and I love it.
Yeah.
It's actually been great. I've been really, really, really enjoying it. I just texted Derrick and told him to expect a call, but I don't know if he's going to get that or not.
Okay.
All right.
Not a
Who
problem.
we had next on the list?
We have other guys that we could call. I'm going to go up to Canada land next. Oh, no. You know what? Let's go to New York. Should we go over to New York?
Yeah. Chris Dale.
Yeah. Chris Dale over in New York. He's in the hotbed.
Yeah.
Florida is
really.
kind of a new hotbed, but now
New York's still a pretty big area with lots and lots of cases.
Exactly.
So
let's see if Chris Dale answers his phone on a Sunday morning.
but it does sound like Florida or New York is kind of leveling off.
Yeah. There's a lot. They had their most casualties in one day, like 2 days ago. It was pretty crazy.
Yep.
Man, no one wants to answer the phone on the Sunday morning. We know they're not at church.
Did you prep these guys or what?
I did. Well, I didn't prep.
Everybody's sleeping in. That's what's happening.
Yeah. No. Okay. So
We're
2 strikes, man. One
2.
more strike, you're out.
boy.
Right.
I don't think we've had this many non-answers.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's Sunday morning.
Hopefully later on we're gonna end with Matt Moore, and I've been talking a lot with Matt Moore, and that guy is so on top of it, business wise. He's probably one of the smartest business guys. The way he organizes his business is very unique, and he's really been on top of all the assistance and programs that are out there, and he's helped me navigate it. And I pay an accountant that's supposedly supposed to do that, and he did a better job than my accountant.
Well, that's because your accountant's busy doing tax returns right now.
Yeah, that too.
Hey Vince, let's give old Lou a call.
Oh, Lou Freeman.
Lou Freeman's actually working a hailstorm right now in the United States, and let's see what it's like to work a hailstorm in this area. I texted him.
Okay.
In an unknown location, right?
Unknown location in Middle America.
He's been pretty open about where it is, but we won't just in case.
Yeah. Are you going to text me his number?
I thought you had his number.
I do not have Lou's number. So in the meantime,
Guys, we are on top of it this morning. We are just.
We're going to call JP real quick internally.
Okay, call JP.
And he's up in Canada land.
We can always trust he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Let's see how things are looking up there. I'm not catching too many news reports out of Canada, so I'll really be curious to hear.
Yeah. I think, well, they're always looking to the south to see what to do. And
Kestler just texted me saying he thought it was a spammer calling him from California.
Oh, yeah. The spammer is calling from California. Hey, JP, what's going on?
Hello.
You answered your phone.
What are you saying?
Oh, dude,
I did answer it.
Thank God. You're like the third call and someone finally answered their phone.
You're live on PDR Tool Time, by the way.
What's PDR Tool Time?
Love it.
That hurts.
Coming from like one of our greatest listeners that wins every friggin' contest that we do.
Yeah, you better be nice, man.
How you doing, guys?
Doing well. And yourself?
Doing good. So you're working a storm right now.
He's not working a storm. He's up in Canada.
Well, this is
we
JP.
call Canada. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was confused who we were calling. Sorry.
It's supposed to rain later, but that's the only storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, just laying low at home.
how's things looking up there? Give us a little report where you're at and how are things looking?
I am in Southern Ontario, and I don't know. I've been at home for the last 12 days, haven't moved. So, but from what I hear and what I see on Facebook is that, things are closing down more and more every day. You know, as far as like dealerships in our area, some are just outright closed. Others are, limited services, whether that just be their service area or, but all the doors are locked. You have to call to make appointments. Sales teams are at home. You got to call if you want to test drive something. They'll meet you there. I don't think anybody's really open. But yeah,
Are
I've been
you guys
kind
in lockdown?
not locked down. They're just, asking everyone to stay home. Not everyone does, but I'm in a 14-day quarantine or so because my wife and the kids were traveling in the States, and when they came home from March break, it was mandatory for them to stay home and self-isolate. So I guess since I'm living here, it kind of puts me in the same boat because if they got it, I'm going to go out and spread it around or whatever this is.
But are they actually checking to see if you're complying? I'm curious.
No. As far as I know, no.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we haven't gone anywhere. I'm not watching the news every day. My wife doesn't want to watch it. She thinks it's pretty bleak and dismal and depressing. So,
now let me ask you this. Because you're up in Canada, are they testing a lot? How's that part going? Because I think that's crucial.
Because y'all have a different healthcare system than we do. So how are they handling all that up there?
Right. I think they've been advising people like in our city. I'm sure every city is different depending on population and whatnot. So yeah, we got 57 to 60,000 people, let's say 62. I don't know. So yeah, they're just advising everyone to stay home if you have flu-like symptoms. Don't go rushing off to the hospital. You call a special center or your doctor or whatever. You describe your symptoms, and from there they kind of say, okay, yeah, you may have it. Go to this place, get tested. Or no, your symptoms aren't matching what.
So you're able to get a test? Okay.
I don't know how. I would think I think they have enough, like, if you meet the requirements to go in. Like, they're not just screening anybody that's showing up.
Sure.
You have to meet the certain requirements that, okay, yeah, you probably have it. Your symptoms are pretty bad. Come in.
And then if you have it,
they kind of want to they want to lock the hospital down and not overwhelm everybody.
Yeah, and if you have it, go over the river to Detroit and infect all the Americans and stay out of our country, right?
That's right. I don't think Trump's letting us in anymore.
Oh, that's right.
He won't even give us face masks anymore.
Mexico won't even let Americans in. Did y'all hear that Americans were going to Mexico for toilet paper before they shut down the border?
Yeah.
True
Is that
story.
right?
Oh, really?
They started building a wall.
I found this great Instagram place I follow where it's not the Onion News. So basically, how the Onion is a satire website where it's like they create fake headlines. Well, this place decides to find headlines that are real that you would think would be on the Onion, but are actually real headlines.
Real. Okay.
And so that was one of them the other day of Americans going to Mexico for toilet paper.
All right. So JP, let me ask you this.
Yep.
What when you can go back to work, are you going to do anything different? Are you working on your marketing right now? What are you doing on your downtime to prep and prepare, or how, is this going to change your business and how?
Copious amounts of alcohol, right?
Yes, that is how I sleep at night, as we discussed yesterday, Van.
Yeah.
So I can just pass right out. I have not spent enough time in my downtime so far working on my marketing. I'm sure I'm going to be home for a while yet. Still trying to figure out, daycare arrangements, because all that stuff is closed. Schools are closed, obviously. So I'm going to be doing that in the upcoming week. But I'm sure it's going to change in the fact where, I don't want to talk to people anymore. I don't want to associate with them. You're not going to be so willy nilly just to touch and grab everything. I still do more wholesale than retail. This is probably a good time to really focus on retail and switch into that. And I don't have a shop, so I'd have to see how that would work. I mean, the weather's changing.
Well, we had
you can only do so much outside.
We had your competitor on a couple weeks ago, David.
Yep.
Your buddy. So he's he's probably in the same boat as you. So you guys could go hang out together and compete against each other some other way, right?
That's right. That's right.
Actually, you're not really competitors. You're good friends, and you've known each other forever. You're both nice guys.
The only way they're going to compete now is beanbag toss.
Right. Oh, yeah. Cornhole.
That's right. Exactly.
All right. So, JP, before we get you off of here, we just want to know, so have you created any goals for yourself while you're stuck in quarantine and you're kind of just stuck in the house with only basically things you can do for your business on the computer?
No, I've not created any goals for myself. I'm
attaboy.
You just made him really sad, I think.
No, taking it day by day.
I was supposed to make goals? What?
It's just
now you're telling me.
Right.
Some people are, some people aren't,
Jeez. Now you just suppress the guy. He's got to go drink some more.
Do you guys have any stimulus package like we do down here or no? Because obviously we have stimulus packages that have not rolled out at all. We have not been privy to them this depth. What's going up in Canada?
Right. They have similar things, I'm sure, where yes, they do have employee payroll, grants to help you pay your employees during this time. I don't have any employees, so I don't need to look into that. They do have just basic, we call unemployment insurance, or employment insurance, where we can sign up and they'll, if you qualify for this, they'll send you up to $2,000 a month. If you lost your job or if you're in quarantine or whatnot, that has not been rolled out yet. I believe it starts tomorrow, which is the 6th. Yep.
Is that something people have to apply for?
Yes, you have to apply for it.
All right. So the rest of our Canadian listeners, if you're curious or you haven't been keeping up on this, make sure you check into that.
And I'm not sure that everyone's just going to automatically get it because, like I said, just seeing other friends on Facebook that have applied for it already. Like if you have employment insurance, you pay into every week. I don't because I'm self-employed. You could already enroll and enlist in this. Like some people are having a hard time getting through to the government to apply for it. I'm sure just because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
They're just getting bombarded with calls and emails, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Well, listen, JP.
I don't want to rely on that. I'd rather just work for myself. But,
exactly. That's my take on it. I'm not going to wait for my government to save my business. I'm going to, take forth the effort. And if I could get the assistance, then great. JP, listen.
Well, we're essential.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to pay. They're going to pay us before they pay the people at Applebee's, like 50 employees that are really detrimental to the unemployment.
I wouldn't think it would be that way. Just because we're labeled essential, we should be working. So they're not going to just fork over you. They're going to fork over the businesses that they close.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, either way, I'm not going to depend on it. Listen, JP, we got to let you run. We got about 4 other people we got to call, and we don't want to, keep you too long up there in Canada land because you got a lot of things to do, like shovel snow and
that's right,
corral the reindeer and stuff like that.
Yep.
All right. Take care, JT.
Cool.
JP.
All right, guys.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks.
Start.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, later. Bye.
Bye now. That was JP, and JP is a listener of our show, Dent Perfection. He's out of Windsor, Canada, and he's a great guy. We've met him many times, and he comes to our parties at MTE and everything.
He's
a lot of fun.
always happy.
Yeah.
The guy's a happy guy.
Yeah, great guy.
He always feels good about being around him.
Yeah,
Kessler's ready.
Kessler's ready. Well, he made us wait. Maybe we should talk to the other guy first. So, no. Okay, we'll call up Kessler again and see. Go ahead and when he starts talking, you take take the reins there, Tansy. All right.
Hello.
Is this the demon? The demon
This
of the
is-
dents?
The motherfucking demon of the dents. You got him.
Mr. Kestler, dude, thanks for coming on PDR Tool Time.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having the demon.
What's up, Derek?
Yeah. So what part of Florida are you in particular?
I am in the southern Florida area in the big three counties we have down here: Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade County.
So you weren't too far from all those spring breakers all doing a bunch of crazy stuff during the COVID.
Oh no, man! That was ground zero here. Those freaking little scumbags running around everywhere, spreading more disease.
Yeah, you know what? Not. And before that, you had the the friggin' Super Bowl. That's ground zero right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I'm 15 minutes from the stadium, not even.
Oof.
I thought we decided ground zero was our MTE.
Well, yeah, that's it.
That was for
Yeah,
the
that was-
spread it to everybody.
that was Recon World.
Yeah, you guys are definitely spreading that around like fertilizer. Oh my god.
Yeah, you missed out this year. You weren't there, were you? Or I didn't see you.
No, I was there.
Were you?
I was there.
Oh, geez, I didn't see you. This is Vince, by the way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, what's up, Vince? Yeah, man. I was all over the place actually this year because remember this is my first time not being with the Wiz, so I didn't have any stupid obligations to go
Nice.
fulfill. Not that they're stupid, but
Yeah.
I was just basically on my own accord. So me and the wifey were just kind of running around trying to hang out with anyone and everyone and sleeping in a little bit and drinking a little more than usual. So I tried to mingle with as many people as I could.
That's awesome. Well,
So
sorry,
nice.
I missed you. I usually like saying hi to you, but I didn't see a lot of people this year. It was a big show.
Oh yeah, well Mike saw me. He even had a little video of me. I gave him a nice demon shirt and everything. Gave Mary one.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. But let's get to let's see. You're a little bit spread out, right? You diversify your client base, right? You're wholesale, body shop, retail, all of it.
Yeah, man, a little bit of everything. I take it all.
All right. So how's it looking? Like, what are the rules enacted in your area? What's the workload looking like for you right now? Let's see what that's going on there.
Okay, well, it all hit our car market pretty recently, actually. I mean, because the month of March was actually a great month. I ended up billing over $30,000 doing what I was doing, and it wasn't until the last week that led into April where everything really started to grind to a halt. Because just the week before, 2 weeks ago, I was still rocking and rolling every day. I had appointments lined up, Monday through Saturday, no problem at all. And then my dealer base, just last week, were letting us know, hey, listen, everything's trickling out. We're not buying any more cars. The auctions are closed. So everything that you've been doing is the last of what we got. I'm like, oh boy, and then of course the retail client had a couple call and cancel because they're all worried and whatnot. And it was also, I think, last week that the governor of Florida decided to issue a statewide shutdown, and that scared a lot of people. So everything just really came to a halt last week. So we haven't really quite felt anything yet, like the rest of the country has, I know, since like the middle of March.
Okay.
And so what's as far as retail, do you have any retail for like this upcoming week scheduled?
I do actually. I have 3 scheduled, which isn't crazy, but I mean, I get retail calls almost every day. So I'll see how the week goes. But I did have 3 that penciled in and said, regardless of what's going on, they want to get it done. Okay, great, let's do it.
So have you thought about a plan for going forward, what it's going to be like for you?
At this point, I don't have a plan as much as I would like one right now, because like I said, this all really came to a grinding halt last week. Before that, it was business as usual. Even just last week, Monday, Tuesday, I was rocking and rolling, staying busy till sundown. It was really Wednesday, Thursday where it became a reality. So no real plan in place other than just rolling with the punches and knowing I've got enough money put aside. I could float myself for a couple of months, 3 months if I have to. And I'm also one of the lucky guys who's married to a wonderful woman, my wife Grace, who is a Miami-Dade police officer, and she is in a position where she's working overtime every day with all this going on. So we're not too worried otherwise, because we do have that other source of income in the house. So that really helps ease the mind as well.
Yeah, you don't have any little like rugrats running around making you all infected with anything either. No kids.
No real rugrats. My stepson, Grace's son, he's 16, and he does not come out of his room. If anything, this is a dream for him. He just stays in his room 24 hours a day playing video games. He ain't spreading shit to nobody.
Yeah, you still got that possum running around too, or no?
I do not. That was Herman, my pet possum.
Yeah.
No, he has since passed. They don't live very long. They live 3, maybe 4 years max. Actually.
Yeah, that's right.
My mother-in-law got a pet possum right now with babies.
Oh, really? No, they're great, man. They're cool little animals. They're smart as shit. But I do still have my hairless cat running around here, little shaved pussy. He's fantastic.
Yeah, that thing's creepy as hell.
Yeah, but who doesn't want shaved pussy running around their house? Come on now, you get used to it.
That's true.
Those cats are cool, though. Those cats are cool.
Oh, they're cool as shit, man. They're like dogs, actually. They're not real catty. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. So are you worried about your wife being exposed since she's a police officer?
You know, in a normal scenario, yes, but not with her, because she's not a regular road police officer in the squad car going to calls. She's actually a Marine Patrol officer, so she's out on the boats with one other officer per boat, and she's just enforcing those laws, keeping everybody off the sandbars and whatnot.
Dude, that sounds like a dream job.
It's a wonderful job. I mean, she's sick of it as hell, but yeah, no, it's not a bad gig. She retires next year, so she's just looking for that light at the end of the tunnel.
That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, well, she probably just has to deal with a lot of drunk people all the time, and drunk people can be annoying, as I'm sure.
Oh, during this whole spring break thing, and she said it was the worst. Every day, you know, we had stay-at-home orders, but these assholes were taking their boats out and going to the sandbars and tying up to one another and throwing huge parties. You would have thought it was spring break all over again for the last couple of weeks out there.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That would drive me nuts. I would probably get fired, lawsuited, and the taser taken away permanently.
Well, in a situation like that, you'll probably be encouraged. They'll give you more ammunition. Get these people out of here. Go the fuck back home.
So we don't have to keep you on too long. One other question we want to know from you guys, like, so if you do get quarantined, you get stuck in your house and you can't do anything, is there any kind of plan you have to work on your business in any sort of way? Any goals you have?
I mean, maybe just organization, getting my truck reset up, going through all my tools and kind of weeding out what I don't use all that much. And putting it back in the garage, and then I'll get into organizing that as well. I really want to get my garage and stuff cleaned up. Other than that, I mean, you know, the business is the business. I have my accounts. I'm just waiting for them to call me up and come back. So I think getting myself organized will definitely be a good thing, and really help me out when I get back on the road. You know, because it's become a shitstorm ever since I left the Wiz, and I never took my foot off the gas pedal, you know? So, I mean, I'm doing, you know, as good, if not better than I ever have. So I haven't really had any time to myself since leaving. So this will really help me with that.
Yeah. And the same thing happened with me when I left the Wiz 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, Derrick, thanks so much for coming on.
I get
kind of an update what's going on there, and you know, in Florida. You know, since you are a hotbed, it was good to hear from someone. So looks like you got another rough month ahead of you, like everyone else does.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And thanks for having me on. And a little shout out to all my Tent Wiz buddies. They all know who they are. We're still in contact, and those guys really, really helped me out through the beginning of everything. And those are my go-to guys even to this day.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
We'll have you back on, Derrick. We'll have you back on when there's more time. We're just crossing the globe right now, talking to as many people as we can. So
yeah, man, absolutely. I totally get it. But yeah, call me anytime. I'd love to be back on. And thank you again for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Thanks, Derrick.
Take care, man.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Okay, that was Derrick Kestler out of Florida. Yeah, he's got a good story, man. And we're going to have to rate this podcast a little bit differently than our normal ones.
Or you're going to have to bleep all those.
So that's awesome. You know, there's a quick phone call that we need to make because one of our founding members, it's actually, it's his birthday today. So let's just sing a happy birthday to him real quick, and then we'll get him on and off.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Dead
Oh,
Time.
you
I'm
bastard
sorry we
didn't
How
answer.
dare he?
All right. Well, anyways. All right. So where are we going? We going to New York? Are we going to?
We got New York, and then we got with Chris Dell. And if he doesn't answer, we'll just get to Matt Moore and talk about some of these SBA loans. And I think John also has something important to talk about as well on the hail side of things.
Yeah, we got Chris Dale now, and now he's apologizing for not answering the phone by text. So let's see if he
That
answers.
just means you're not in their contact list. You don't rate.
I know, the little bastard Chris Dale from New York not having me in his contact and not answering his phone. Hey, Chris, what's going on, buddy?
What's up? You said morning. It's afternoon.
Oh, that's right. No, it's morning here. It's 9:30.
Yeah.
How's it going, Chris?
All right. Quiet.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Now you've been pretty confined the last couple, 2-3 weeks over there in New York.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks now. Any relief in sight, or you're just getting more depressed, or what?
Well, first, we're at New York.
Hicksville, Long Island.
Long Island. Yeah. You, if you could speak English for us and not New Yorkish, we're having a hard time understanding you.
Really?
No.
Get out of here.
No. All right. So
who's on right now? Who do we got there?
We got Daniel, we got John, and we got Hudson and myself, Vince.
And Hudson. All right.
Yeah. He's
How you doing, Chris?
How's it going? How you been?
Good, man. So you're in the hotbed of things. Have you been locked down?
You can go out and go to a grocery store, but I went 2 days ago. And it's weird.
You're
I was the only one
right
without a mask. No. I have a that guy part time. No, my phone is not ringing. And I work for New York City Transit today, and they closed my shop down. Most of the other depots are 50% work capacity. We had a guy pass away 2 weeks ago, and they shut our shop down.
From the corona?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry
and
to
the
hear
guy
that.
and one of the guys that had sanitizing our shop Facebook last night, he's positive. I'm like, great. The guy who was cleaning the shop, spraying everything with bleach and alcohol, he's positive now.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Huh. All right.
So have you changed your look at your business? What are you going to do going forward with your business, with everything?
Well, I'm slow to begin with, so just extra slow now. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know.
I could tell you what I hope you do in the downtime.
What's that?
I hope you take the time
learn fog.
Learn fog over using lines.
I got breaking my chops about that.
You were on to me,
Give
though.
everybody a hard time as we can.
Exactly.
Hey, man, if you can create a clean repair with lines, so be it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I still think it's ridiculous. You should use fog. You read. Here's the difference. You ready? You read the difference? When you read lines, you're reading lines. When you read fog, you're reading metal. I want to read metal, not lines. But like I said, if you can fix it clean with lines, do it.
Yeah. I bought a Stucky light. So.
Yes, he did. I saw
playing with that.
Yeah, that's a good start. That's a great light. We love Carl Stucky lights, all of them.
Yeah.
So that's
a lot harder to set up a fog though, with where to put the light. With lines, you just slap it up next to the car and go. You know.
Right.
That's true.
Well, you know what? I'll call you. We'll do a little Skype thing or something. I'll give you some hints and tips along with that.
I mean, no, flights are only like $72 there right now. Just head on out there, Vince.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They pay people to fly to New York right now.
Oh my God,
it's so cheap.
Sure.
So Chris, so you're stuck inside. You can't push any metal right now. What are you doing? Is there anything digital, anything on a computer that you're doing for your business to maintain it or grow it or anything, so that when you get out, when we are not in quarantine anymore and the pandemic is gone, you have something going forward?
No, I'm bad at all that stuff. I try to put a post up once a week, and I'm just not good at it. Lazy, all the things I shouldn't be.
This is coming from the guy that's been to a couple MMEs too, mega media events, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Well, you got to implement
I'll be at
some
the
of that
next
stuff.
one. I'll be at the next one because I won't do it all.
Yeah. Sure.
So, tech tip. Well, you just mentioned something about you make one post a week. If you are going to make one post a week, I have a friend who is a college professor in social media things or whatnot. They said if you are going to do one post, you should be posting every day, but one post a week. It's Thursday at 2:00.
Oh, really?
Thursday between 2 and 3 o'clock because, well, right now, not so much, but typically that's when people are close enough to the weekend and they're starting to think about weekend things and they kind of relax a little bit. And they start doing some searching on Google. That's what they've noticed on trends. So tech tip, if you're going to post, if there is a time, just put a little calendar reminder, Thursday, 2 to 3 p.m. to a social media post, and you'll get the most action on that one.
Well, that's why you always see my post from Anson on a Thursday morning. Yep. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would matter at all.
Chris, I'm just going to tell you, get your butt in gear. It's time to start using some of this free time to do some research.
Yeah.
Learn how to do the use your fingers instead of for pushing. Do it for some typing.
Yeah.
No,
I'm new too, so I don't even have much material to put out there.
Yeah. Well, you've been pushing for a year now, and but
July will be a year.
Don't feel bad. You're the third caller, and you're the third one that's not really doing anything. So there tends to be a trend going on right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We're going to try and get someone on the phone here that actually is doing something. So
that might be tough.
Dang, would be so wrong to do it to Chris.
So Chris, I appreciate you coming out. We're calling tons of people and just catching in real quick talks and then in and out. So we will have you on. We will check back with you on a later podcast and see when we could have you on for a little bit longer.
All right.
All right, brother, man. You be good.
All right.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
Take care, Chris.
Bye now.
Take care. Bye.
Chris Dale in the hotbed and the hot seat all at the same time.
But he's a little bit further from New York City. He's
in Long Island.
Yeah, but he's not in the city. He's still a bit of ways.
Isn't that like right across the river or something?
Man,
now you're gonna make me look it up.
Well, the city is the hotbed.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Who we
we got Matt. We got to get Matt on here.
Okay. So we'll leave the
best for last.
The little troll for later.
Oh, Lou said he can't come on. He's actually, I think he's too busy.
He's busy working. Okay. So Matt Moore is like Daniel was saying, one of those guys that is on top of the EDD stuff. Not the EDD, but the SBA stuff. And I do happen to have Matt Moore's number because I do talk to him occasionally. So let me pull him up. Oh, it's under text. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm babbling while trying to find Matt Moore's number here.
Hey, Daniel, what are you doing? How much work you got right now?
Well, Thursday had a whopping 3 customers and 1 wholesale.
Hey-o.
Oh.
So that was a busy day.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was 2 Hispanics. Hispanics don't care about this thing.
No,
they're not laying low. That's what I'm seeing.
Matt.
What's up?
Hey, Matt Moore.
How's it going, Matt?
Easy Dent.
Good.
You're on.
How you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Matt,
everyone's
here. Everyone's here. All 4 of us.
Awesome. Sweet.
We need, I called you before and I said I need 5 quick bullet points. What, if you are looking to get into this SBA craziness, what are the 5 bullet points? Hit us.
Hit you. All right. First and foremost, I'm assuming everyone knows what these are, so I'm gonna kind of breeze over it. First, contact your bank, your personal local bank, especially if you've got a line of credit or a mortgage or owe any debt to a local bank, because the banks are using this SBA loans to insulate themselves from a bunch of businesses going under. So, one, contact your local bank. See if they offer SBA products. If they do not offer SBA products, you need to either open an account at a local bank that has SBA because they're going to require deposits and they're going to want you to probably swap over to use them, or you can go to the SBA itself. That's a lot slower, though. It's going to be top down. Second, contact your accountant or your CPA, whoever does your payroll. You're going to need payroll reports for 2019 and 20. That includes if you just work for yourself. If you cut yourself a paycheck, you need to have that documentation. They're also going to want quarterly IRS forms, which are going to be like your 940, 941, and 944. Your accountant will know what all of these things are. 3, collect data needed to process this. For my bank, and I'm not 100% sure what stuff is required from just the banks and what, but for my bank, they required basically 2 months of what my projected payroll is going to be. This includes, commissions, if there are any. This includes your base salary. This includes your group health care if you have any contributions. This includes retirement contributions from the business. Anything you pay that's part of your compensation package to yourself or to your employees, you need that. You're also going to want to
including subcontractors too.
Correct.
1099.
Yeah, so if you got subs that you're expecting to have to pay for, you want to do it, but you want to be accurate with it. You don't want to just BS these numbers, because then in 2 months you're going to have to prove that that's what you used it for. You're going to want to look up your utility averages that you pay each month, and this is going to be things like your power bill, your water, your even your internet, your phone. You can write up your rent or your mortgage cost, as well as any projected interest paid on debt that was previously acquired prior to, I think it's February 15th. So if you've got a line of credit, if you've got go ahead.
Matt, now that you said interest, but only the interest on that loan, correct?
Correct. Yes, you cannot apply. I mean, the basic gist of this is going to be, at the end of all this, you're going to have to prove that they gave you money and that you retained employees and that at least 75% of it was used for payroll. And then the other 25% you've got some discretion with. You can use it towards, again, things like utilities and rent and interest payments, but you can't be going off and paying down credit card debt with this money. Now, you're going to have to basically prove all this at the end.
Of June. You're going to have to prove it in June.
Yep, exactly. So basically, at the end of the quarter, you're going to have to go in and prove what you did with that money for 8 weeks. Your banks will help you do all that. It's not 100% clear exactly what they're going to want to do that. I'm sure. I mean, the guidelines for applying for the PPP loan came down literally at like 11 o'clock the night before, like Thursday night. And so my bank was scrambling because they wanted to go all digital and everything. So this is everything I'm saying so far has just been for the PPP loan, that payroll protection plan loan, which is the most urgent because there's a limited amount of money that's going to be made available for this. This is the one that if you are going to do it, you need to do it now. You need to be doing. I mean, this is urgent. The fourth thing: contact your local SBDC. That is your Small Business Development Center. It is a nationwide resource for small businesses. If you're not already involved with it, I highly recommend it outside of this time. You can literally do free counseling. They can get you in touch with lawyers, local lawyers, patent attorneys. If you're into shipping and exporting, they can get you in touch with that. But they can give you, QuickBooks advice during this time. They will hold your hand through this process. Okay, so SBDC is a free resource, and they would be happy to help you. And they get funded both federally and locally for helping businesses. The whole purpose of the SBDC, it's a Small Business Development Center, is to keep businesses, if they can make a small business like mine generate 30 or 40% more revenue over the next 4 years, that's tax dollars. Those are jobs that are all in the local economy. So both locally and federally, they're funded to basically help businesses take baby steps from point B to point C to D or whatever. And then fifth,
Matt,
yes,
hold
sir.
on before you go to there. Do I just Google like what area I'm in, like Woodlands? Small Business Development Center?
You could do that. Mine is through the local university. I'm in Athens, in a college town. It's actually partnered with the University of Georgia. You can go to Small Business Development Center from the national level, and then trickle down to your local offices. I know here in Georgia, there's one in Athens. There's several in Atlanta. I think there's 8 offices in Georgia. I've looked at them, and they have really inexpensive, just out of this. They have really expensive classes. I was in the process, the class I'd been telling you about, Hudson, that I was doing about learning how to grow a business from one to multiple locations and potential franchising and all that stuff. They have classes that teach you how to do these things, and they're very, very either free or very inexpensive. So SBDC is a great resource outside of this, but I would highly recommend talking to them right now. And then 5, I will shoot rapid through this. 5, you're going to, if you haven't done so already, I would recommend after you do the PPP loan, the next thing you want to do is apply for the EIDL grant or loan. This is the Economic Injury Disaster Relief loan, and this is essentially an actual loan. This is not a grant like the PPP is. It's not having to be designated quite as specifically. You're going to get a loan. It's very low interest rate, very long payback terms.
The key to this, though, is that they are accessing $10,000 within days of you applying for it as a grant. That if you do not receive the actual EIDL loan, say you apply for $50,000 for cash flow or whatever it is, and they say, "I'm sorry, you don't have enough collateral, you're not whatever," that $10,000 is waived. It's then transferred to a grant. So you're asking for it, they give you a quick lump sum of cash, and then if you don't get the loan, it's waived. It's unclear to my knowledge if you do get the loan. It looks to be that it will roll into the loan, but there has been some language that said that may not even be the case. So right now, you can apply for it, and even if you don't touch it, just let it sit in an account and then pay it back if you want to.
What's that name of it again?
The EIDL. This is also going to be through the SBA. All of these resources, all this information, your local banks will have it, but the Small Business Administration is going to have that. So the EIDL, I applied through the SBA website. The Payroll Protection Plan, the PPP loan, I applied through my local bank.
Now, Matt,
and again,
did you already apply through your local bank? Are they taking applications? Are they doing?
They are. As of mine was, up until Thursday, they thought it was going to be paper copies. So I had all my documents, and I was kind of trying to be above and beyond, and wasn't sleeping going into all this. So I was trying to just get everything done. Yeah. And so my bank, then all of a sudden Thursday night they transfer and everything becomes digital at that point. So we're with Synovus. It's a fairly national chain. They went digital with everything. They worked kind of over the night and all day Friday to put a digital platform together. Most of the banks that I've talked to have basically had a thing where if you're interested in doing this, you can go into their website and literally just shoot them a name, an email, and a business name. And it's like, I'm interested in learning more about the PPP. And then they'll start funneling emails to you, telling you exactly what to do.
Yeah, because I bank with Chase. And Chase keeps on putting it off. So
I think I think right now they're concerned because they've not had to have this digital infrastructure in place. They're concerned that people are going to go in and there's going to be fraudulent applications and potential, hacking of systems. And so they're literally throwing it together, but they also have to protect their butts in this.
Yeah, because if you haven't had an account in the past, if your business has not been around for the past year, you're not getting it. If you haven't had an account with Chase since, I think, the beginning of the year, you're not getting it. So
yeah, I mean, this is not so we were in the process, the honest truth is we were in the process of shopping banks just for some potential access to capital for growth of the business. 6 months ago, I've been talking and had these relationships with 2 additional banks. They are not really using this as a way to shop new clients. This PPP is not something that the SBA is kind of limiting what they can do. They're forcing it. And the reason, again, and this is what we were talking about on that post the other day, this is supposed to help try to curb unemployment numbers because if the government's having to pay 40% of unemployment plus whatever for a while, that's not good. Obviously, tax revenue going down is not good. But then at the same time, if 30 or 40% of these small businesses default on their lines of credit, I mean, think of how many lines of credit are out there for small businesses. You've got, every small business has, between probably $50 and, $500,000. And that's if you don't even have a mortgage. If you got a mortgage, you got another, whatever on top of that. And if 30 or 40% of these small businesses go under, these banks are they're not going to be able to make it on their own. So then they're going to have to come in with an FDIC bailout on the back end. And so they're trying to avoid that. It's a domino effect if this doesn't work. And so this is a let's help the small business. It looks like a win for small business. The reality is they're trying to protect the banks. That's the gist of this.
Yeah.
So
what I found out too is
understand. Yeah.
What I found out too is that, a lot of us are not probably going to get the PPP. But if you don't get the PPP, you're not completely out of the works of it as well. You have the option for the other one, the EIDL.
EIDL. Yeah.
And you're also as long as you're still paying your employees, they will credit you up to $5,000 to offset the tax payments. So because they're trying, they're trying to say, hey, keep them on the payroll, keep paying your taxes, and if you don't get it, we'll credit you back $5,000 to at least cover the taxes that you have to pay on your payroll.
Vince, why do you say that we probably won't get the PPP?
Because there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of businesses out there that are applying for this. And in my opinion, I can only speak for myself. I have 3 people on my payroll, and I do my payroll through ADP. And I would think, just logically, Buffalo Wild Wings employees are going to get it before I do. I jumped on this, both of them, the PPP and the EIDL, the second that like Matt did, the second that SBA put them out there, I started filling out forms immediately. But I really think there's only so much that's out there, and that number that they have to spread it throughout all these companies is, geez, I'm looking for it right now in the email that my accountant. I've already been in contact with my accountant, and everything that Matt said, he just reiterated everything that my accountant said as well.
Yeah. So let's just go to a recap really quick, Matt, so that we can. I think we got one more thing to do on the show.
Yep.
Recap is contact your local bank, then contact your accountant, then collect data needed to process all the things they need. That includes all your utilities and interest, things like that. Then contact your local SBDC, your Small Business Development Center, and then after doing all this, that's all for the PPE. And after you do that, then you need to look into the EIDL.
Correct. Yeah, and I agree with a lot of the stuff you were saying, Vince, on that. I am one of the things to put just to reiterate. I don't know if you read this. They only allow you if you've got less than 500 employees to apply. So franchisees could potentially do it, but a large corporate entity is not able to go after these funds. Right. So I agree there is a limit to this. That's why I think you should do it fast. I also think just from a knowing how the government and politics and those kind of things seem to work, if they do all of this and there's 40 or 50% of the people that apply for it don't get it, they're going to do a second round. They've got too much cash in the pot already. They're it's a poker game, and they're not willing to walk away with all the money they've already thrown out there if it's not working. They'll just keep throwing money at it. Yeah, and so I think going through this process gets you in that. In my opinion, at least gets you at that table. Yeah,
and it's $380 billion that needs to be dispersed throughout all the companies that are going to be applying.
It's going to go quick.
It's going to go quick.
It's going to go very, very, very fast. So you have until I think the end of June to apply, but it's not going to last that long. So that's why I was eager to chat and give you guys the 5 points. If you haven't done so already, Monday morning or right now, you need to be getting this stuff together. A lot of the accountants and bankers I know are working over the weekend, so shoot them an email. My banker sent me an email last night at 11. Everybody's still working right now. They understand how important this is to their clients. So and again, if you've got 2 or 3 banks you bank with, whichever one you're the most leveraged with is the one I would be reaching out to personally, as long as they're SBA approved, because that's in their best interest to help protect you in this time.
Yeah, and keep money in your bank account, because if you're a company that's already going to be going under or you're past due on shit, they're not going to give you money. You're already a foot out the door,
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna add one more thing to this list: is contact basically your landlord, your mortgage broker, all your utilities, all your overhead. Contact them and ask them if they can help you out, and don't ask for what you want. Just ask them what are they doing. Let them come up with what they're offering, and you'll be surprised what they're doing out there for people.
My landlord waived our rent for half price for 3 months without me push. I literally just called and said, "What are you guys doing?" They said, "We're waiving half rent for 3 months. Just write a note that says this is what it's for." I said, "Okay." So that was it.
Yeah, mine only discounted this month for $300, and he said it would be a month, and he wants to see my financials. I'm like, well, okay.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. But we're also in a position.
It doesn't hurt to make the call.
No, it doesn't hurt to make the call. And on the other side is like they can't kick you out, so that's a federal thing.
They're not gonna. Yeah.
So.
All right.
Anything else, guys? Y'all holler at me. Appreciate what you guys do, and if anybody has any questions that's listening, message me. I'm happy to help.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye now. Well, that was awesome. Thank you, Matt Moore, for getting on and feeding us some awesome information. We are reaching the end of our show. That was almost an hour talking about what we're doing and what you should be doing. We ran out of a few guys that we'll catch up with them later that we were going to call. But hey, stay safe out there. And what else is going on?
All right. Well, quick couple of things that are ironically nationwide. Nationwide Insurance just released that they will be paying if you guys are doing insurance jobs for Nationwide, you can get 1 hour labor and $25 for materials on Nationwide estimates for cleaning and prepping the car to keep yourself safe and keep the customer safe. So Nationwide has released that pretty much to all of their pro shops out there countrywide. So do keep that in mind.
Other ones are going to have to follow suit as well, I'm sure. So.
Oh, absolutely. And you guys might want to figure out how you want to make those charges and figure out what you're doing and set your rates for that.
And you know what? The hail is starting to pop all over the place now. There's been storms in Illinois and Oklahoma and through the Central Valley and Texas again last night. So, make sure you get on pdrcontractors.com if you're looking for work, and make sure that you're marking yourself as available for work, because that is just the excellent platform for all you hail technicians out there that are traveling around. I know John's on it.
And one more thing as far as big hail goes, for you guys that are not working, if you are living in a cave and somehow not on social media at this point, you might have missed that CSI, Catastrophe Solutions International, and AutoWorks has merged and has created Solution Works here in the U.S. Now, for our Canadian listeners that work for CSI, you guys will still be working for CSI. But for those that have worked for either of those two organizations here in the U.S., you will now be under that merger. And if you haven't talked with your contact in either company, you might want to get in touch with them now and see if they want anything different as far as paperwork goes, anything like that. So contact your rep in either AutoWorks or CSI and make sure that you've got your bases covered. So as soon as they're ready to put you to work, you can go to work.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks for that update. Yeah. Go ahead, Hudson.
I want to know one goal for each of you guys during this time. What's one goal everyone has?
Not rely on my government to save my business.
Daniel?
I'm cutting all the fat, man. Cut all the fat, streamline. It's a good time for me to do organization. I love this downtime for organization, organizing my shop, organize my tools, organize my office, things like that.
Awesome, John.
I'm starting from zero. Actually, it's what it's really doing is it's kicking me in the butt to get my stuff built here at home. I've been going to do the motorcycle and the large dent stuff, and now I'm going to get all that stuff ordered and get going. And that way I don't have to rely on either the government or chasing hail.
Nice. Very cool. Nice. Well, cool. Well, that
and
brings
you, Hudson?
us. Yeah, Hudson. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just plan on organizing and get a bunch of housekeeping stuff digitally and in my work van. So, cleaning up my website and getting that up to snuff like I've been wanting to, but I've just been going balls to the wall. And so now I actually have a legitimate opportunity to take some time to do the things I've been needing to do for probably over a year. So
that's awesome.
Good deal.
I'm minimizing too, because I'm still moving to Texas here in a couple months. So. That has not changed. So, hey, if you want to buy a business in Southern California, hit me up. It's still for sale. Dents No More. Go on the website and give me a call as well. So,
and guys, don't forget to go on to PDR Contractors and get signed up on PDR Contractors. Get ready to get that call to go to a hailstorm, or if you get hail on you, you'll be able to find good techs with certifications, exactly what you want.
Yes. All right, Daniel, bring us on home.
Guys, right now is a great time to level up your tools with going to all the websites to see what kind of discounts they got. So level them up. Ultra's got 20% off right now.
And don't do stupid stuff like protect yourself, protect your family, and protect those around you.
And keep it stiff.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog caps.
Mobile Tech RX, the app that helps you make more money.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors. Thanks for listening.
edgy tools, it's the little things that make the big difference.
The king of useful doodads, making your job easier every day.